May I have your attention? May I have your attention? May I have your attention?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, welcome. Thank you so much for doing this interview.
Oh man, I'm so excited.
How did you get involved in burlesque?
Oh man, it was almost 10 years ago, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Almost 10 years ago. I had a friend, one of my best friends at the time was in a burlesque troupe called the Ripettes. And they had just started as part of like a theater fundraiser, and we're still doing some shows, and I would go and support and be like, yeah, this is nice. And they had somebody drop out at the last minute, and they needed somebody to replace that person.
Mm-hmm.
And I had already been on and off working as a stripper, so they knew I was comfortable with nudity.
So take me back. So you started off doing musical theater when?
Yeah. When I was like 5.
When you were 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started dance when I was 5. I did my first professional theater production when I was 11. And then that's the only thing I ever wanted to do my entire life. So I went to school for it. Yeah, I went to a visual and performing arts middle school. And then my high school was basically a visual and performing arts high school as well. We had dance and theater and media and all of that. So I took dance at school and after school and on the weekends, during the summer break.
So you've put in a lot of time.
Oh, I've had like a schedule since I was 7. Super big ham. Always like ended up being like the dance captain or the lead dancer in the chorus, and then worked my way up. I would say my starring crown jewel role was Oliver Twist in the musical Oliver when I was a junior in high school, which earned me the Best Actress superlative.
Nice. When you were looking to build your first acts, you were drawing from musical theater primarily?
Yeah, pop culture.
Yeah.
Like a flash dance act was one of my first acts. I don't really remember a lot of them because they were such trash. And I threw them out.
Yeah. How many acts do you think that you've created, and how many do you think you've thrown away?
Okay, I just pictured myself literally when I threw this Christmas tree dress over the balcony into the alleyway because I was so frustrated because I decided to be a Christmas tree and just make a Christmas dress. I don't have any type of sewing, artistic garment skills whatsoever, but I will Frankenstein some shit together. So I was like, oh, I want to make this Christmas tree, but I want to be the angel on top of the tree. It was a mess. I did it like one time and then I literally threw it over the balcony. I threw it in the trash.
Let's talk about your accolades.
Oh.
Because you're like, let's see if I look at my list. I mean, like, top 3, right, of BHA, or not, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the
top 3 of
50
Burlesque Top 50.
21st Century Burlesque.com.
That's after, I mean, you've been on that list now for how many years?
Oh my God, I've been on that list since 2010. So basically, like, after my first year of performing, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And I've moved up and down, but I've been holding strong in that top 10 for the last few years.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens this year. I think I might good.
You performed at BHOF, and you just hosted at BHOF.
Yeah, I emceed this year and last year. I've competed 3 times.
Yeah.
And those 3 times too many. I'm done.
Done.
I'm done.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see. I like hosting though.
Yeah.
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 Because I mean, it's still pressure, but like, I feel like it's a different kind of pressure.
Yeah. You were on the Netflix series Easy.
I was on the Netflix series Easy last year. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was through playing myself, which was amazing and terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do I act?
Yeah.
What do I say? What do I say as me?
Yeah.
It was really weird.
Yeah.
I felt like I was like, I'm Jeez Loueez now. Hello.
Portraying yourself as a character,
so weird.
but it's still you.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. But there was one thing that you said that I found really interesting, and I'm going to misquote you, so maybe you remember what you said. But it was something to the effect of that you were watching yourself on Netflix and like eating ramen noodles. Do you remember that?
Oh, it's because my bank account overdrafted.
Yeah.
And my Netflix overdrafted my bank account. Because I had to pay for my Netflix account for that month. And it like overdrafted when it was an automatic payment. Yeah. And I was like, this is ironic.
You know, like when we advertise shows, it's typically like some Gadsby party and everybody's got their tux and tails and big dresses and everything. But I do think that there's a real, I mean, that's not life.
Yeah, no, real life is Netflix cutting off your funds and overdrafting your bank account when you were just on Netflix.
Your opening act for Burning City was awesome.
Thank you.
Tearing off your leg brace and throwing it.
I was like, listen, if I'm gonna have to wear this and sleep in this every night, this thing is gonna need to start making me some mud tea.
Yeah.
I was like, I will be stripping on this knee brace.
So what's the latest on your knee injury?
I just had surgery, having another surgery in about a month, and then hopefully I'll be back in action after that.
Yeah.
So, but nothing's gonna stop me.
Yeah.
Nothing, Greg.
With the knee injury, have you had to shift your focus to things like hosting more?
Yeah, I've definitely been emceeing more. First I was singing a lot of songs. So I'm still doing that, just singing and emceeing a lot, until I got to a point where I was more comfortable doing burlesque with this leg. Now, you know, this hit and my back. So now everything's all jacked up.
To what do you attribute your success and your opportunities?
Well,
Are you
when
just
I first
really
started,
talented?
well, I am very talented.
Yeah.
But when I first started, I put myself out there. I was aggressive. Like I was like a burlesque encyclopedia. I researched everybody. I added everyone on Facebook. I got every account on everything. Like, you know, there was this thing called Strip Cheese back then, and then it turned into Burlesque Stars. It was a website where you could put your videos up. It was like burlesque YouTube.
Yeah.
So I put, you know, was researching everybody's videos. I was like on it, like basically just like, hey, can I be in your show? Hello, can I be in your show? Hi, I'm Jeez Loueez, can I be in your show? And I just aggressively booked a lot of things, and then made like fake tour posters to like generate buzz, you know. I really had like the Midwestern circuit on lock there for a while.
Yeah.
Like I was going everywhere in the Midwest, and I think that's really what helped. I built a solid fan base by traveling around and building a social media presence pretty early on.
Oh, so take me through like student, performer, producer, community leader. I mean, like at what point did you make those shifts?
I don't know. It wasn't really like a conscious decision. It's kind of all just wrapped up in one thing. It kind of just snowballed on its own, you know. I started performing. I graduated. I drove to St. Louis and did the very first Show Me Burlesque Festival. Drove back immediately after I performed because I had tech for musical and then had to graduate college. And producing didn't come naturally. I'm still figuring that out. It's hard. Yeah. I'm still figuring it all out, but I don't think I'm naturally like a business-minded person. I'm obviously a creative person.
Yeah.
So that's something that definitely I have to like work at. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
You produce and founded Jeezy's Juke Joint.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that. It started off as a blog.
Yeah, it started off as a blog because I wanted to find more black burlesque performers around the world. So it started out as like my Black History project, my personal project. So I just was doing like little short interviews and blurbs and putting up a photo and just a collection of like, hey, there's all these black burlesque performers. We don't see them very much or hear about them very much. And Vaudezilla was like, you know, if you want to do a show, we can give you a spot.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they kind of showed me, helping me out, figure out, you know, set list and marketing, things like that. Yeah, we did one show, and then we did another show not long after that, because the first one, like, sold out pretty quickly. And now it's 3 nights in multiple towns.
Yeah.
Definitely so many more POC shows and black shows now, which is great. And now we've had to expand the show to 3 nights because there's so many more performers.
Yeah. What does the audience and the composition of audience mean to you and acts that you do?
Well, it definitely shapes what material I'm going to do when I'm hosting the show. If there's a lot of white people, I'm probably going to be a little bit more like make fun of them, poke fun at them a little bit. Obviously not in like a rude way, but I'm going to heckle them a little bit to the point where we're all going to be laughing. They're going to be laughing at themselves, you know, as opposed to, you know, when I'm in a gay bar or a queer event or any event like that, it's a lot more community minded and family minded. So it feels very different. And it depends on, like, you know, is it an audience of queer white people? Is it like tourists, bros? Is it bros? Oh my god, no.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite part about like going to places like Nashville or Indianapolis or, you know, somewhere where there's not hardly any performers of color, especially black performers in those towns, or any in some places. Being able to go there and get their audience to see that this is possible. Maybe you want to start performing. Please start performing. Because there's also producers and instructors in those towns that are like, how do we get more brown people, you know, through the doors? Which the first step is always it needs to be reflected on stage. But if there's not any performers of color in the town, you know, you gotta start pulling from other towns and bringing people in.
But what's next? What are some of your goals? Do you have specific goals? Do you just kind of outline it and see where things take you?
I do have specific goals, and I've reached the point where I've hit a lot of my goals that I set up for myself for the past 5 years. And now I gotta make new goals now. Or circle back maybe to some ones that I haven't reached yet. Well, I really want to get through this knee situation. Like it's really hard to like focus on next year or what's happening next when like I don't even know how long I'm gonna be in recovery for the next procedure. But I kind of have a secret dream that I like want to delete social media, leave burlesque completely. No one talked to me. No one knows where I am. It's just like, oh, I guess she left. And then come back with like my bionic knee. With like all new act. Like amazing. Just like now I could do aerial, fire. I could tumble. Like that's my dream. Is to just leave for like a year and then come back. Like,
what happened to her? I don't know.
I don't know.
So if anybody wants to contact you to book you, to if a venue owner wants to reach out to you, how do they get a hold of you?
They can find me at jeezloueez.me. Because it's my website.
Okay.
jeezloueez.me. You know, I'm on the gram. I'm on the Facebooks at Jeez Loueez. That is spelled Jeezloueez.